Over a period of 10 days in April 1769, 8 islands in the South Pacific were visited by one ship, His Majesty's bark Endeavour, under the command of Lieutenant James Cook. On the 4th of April 1769, Endeavour was sailing westwards in a steady trade wind along the parallel of latitude that would bring them to Tahiti, in time to observe the transit of Venus. Tuesday 4th. A steady fresh trade and clear weather. At 10:30 a.m. saw land bearing south, distance 3 or 4 leagues. Hauled up for it and soon found it to be an island of about 2 leagues in circuit and of an oval form, with a lagoon in the middle, for which I named it Lagoon Island. The border of land circumscribing this lagoon is in many places very low and narrow, particularly on the south side, where it is mostly a beach or reef of rocks. It is the same on the north side in 3 places, and these disjoin the firm land and make it appear like so many islands covered with wood. On the west end of the island is a large tree which looks like a large tower, and about the middle of the island are 2 coconut trees that appear above all the other wood, which, as we approached the island, looked very much like a flag. We approached the north side of this island within a mile, and found no bottom with 130 fathoms of line, nor did there appear to be anchorage about it. We saw several of the inhabitants, the most of them men, and these marched along the shore abreast of the ship with long clubs in their hands, as though they meant to oppose our landing. They were all naked except their privy parts, and were of a dark copper colour with long black hair. But upon our leaving the island, some of them were seen to put on a covering, and 1 or 2 we saw in the skirts of the wood was clothed in white. These we supposed to be women. This island lies in the latitude of 18 degrees 47 minutes and longitude 139 degrees 28 minutes west from the meridian of Greenwich. Wednesday 5th. A fresh steady gale and fine weather. At 1 p.m. made sail to the westward, and at 3:30 saw land to the northwest, which we got up with at sunset and proved to be a low woody island of a circular form and not much above a mile in compass. This island I called Thrum Cap. It lies in the latitude of 18 degrees 35 minutes south and in the longitude of 139 degrees 48 minutes west from Greenwich, and north 62 degrees west, 7 leagues from Lagoon Island. We saw no inhabitants, nor the appearance of any, and yet we were within half a mile of the shore. I observed by the shore that it was near low water, and at Lagoon Island I observed that it was either high water or else there was no ebbing and flowing of the sea. From these circumstances I infer that a south by east or south moon makes high water. Here we caught a kingfish, being the first fish we have got in these seas. Wind east, course north 77 degrees 30 minutes west, distance 79 miles. Thursday 6th. A fresh trade and fine pleasant weather. At 3 p.m. saw land to the westward, which proved to be an island of about 12 or 15 leagues in compass, is very low and entirely drowned in the middle, forming there a large lake, into which there appeared to be no inlet. The border of land and reef surrounding this lake, like a wall, appeared to be of a bow-like figure, for which reason I named it Bow Island. The south side, along which we sailed, was one continued low narrow beach or reef like a causeway for 4 leagues and upwards, and lies east by north and west by south. The east and west ends and north side of this island are wooded in groves, and the firm land appears disjoined and like a number of islands, and very possibly is so. The northwest parts of the island we only saw across the lake, and not very distinct on account of its great extent and night coming on before we had run the whole length of the island. This description must be imperfect, and the whole island may form a different figure to what I have here described. The east end lies in the latitude of 18 degrees 23 minutes south, and longitude 141 degrees 12 minutes west from Greenwich. This island is inhabited. We not only saw smoke in different parts, but people also. At noon, saw land to the westward. Wind east, course north 85 degrees west, distance 94 miles. Friday 7th, fresh gales and cloudy. At 2:30 p.m, got up with the east end of the land seen yesterday at noon, and which proved to be an assemblage of islands joined together by reef, and extending themselves northwest by north and southeast by south in 8 or 9 leagues and of various breadths. But there appeared to be a total separation in the middle by a channel of half a mile broad, and on this account they are called the two groups. The southeastermost of them lies in the latitude of 18 degrees 12 minutes, and longitude of 142 degrees 42 minutes west from Greenwich, and west half north, distant 25 leagues from the west end of Bow Island. We ranged along the southwest side of this island, and hauled into a bay which lies to the northwest of the southernmost point of them, and where there appeared to be anchorage, and the sea was smooth and not much surf on the shore. But we found no ground with 100 fathoms, 3/4 of a mile from the shore, and nearer we did not go. Here several of the inhabitants assembled together with their canoes, with a design, as we thought, to come off to us, as they hauled one of them over the reef, seemingly for that purpose. But after waiting near half an hour, and they not attempting to come, we bore away and made sail, and presently the canoe put off after us, but as we did not stop, they soon went back again. They were in all respects like those we had seen on Lagoon Island, and armed with clubs and long pikes like them. At 6:30 a.m, saw a small island to the northward, hauled our wind for it, and soon got close in with it. It is about 3 or 4 miles in circuit, and very low, with a pond in the middle. There is some wood upon it, but no inhabitants but birds, and for this reason is called Bird Island. It lies in the latitude 17 degrees 48 minutes, and longitude 143 degrees 35 minutes west, and west half north 10 leagues from the west end of the two groups. The birds we saw were men of war birds, and several other sorts. Wind east, course north 66 degrees west, distance 66 miles. Sunday 9th. A steady fresh gale and pleasant weather. At 2 p.m. saw land to the northward, hauled up for it, and found it to be a double range of low woody islands joined together by reefs, by which means they make one island in the form of an ellipse or oval, in the middle of which is a saltwater lake. The small islands and reefs circumscribe or bound this lake like a chain. It is therefore called Chain Island. It is in length, northwest and southeast, about 5 leagues, and in breadth about 5 miles. The middle of it lies in the latitude of 17 degrees 23 minutes south, and longitude 145 degrees 54 minutes west, and west by north 45 leagues from Bird Island. Variation per several azimuths, 4 degrees 54 minutes east. Wind east by north to north by east. Course west northerly. Distance 81 miles. Monday 10th. PM, moderate breezes and cloudy. In the night, dark, cloudy, unsettled weather with very much thunder, lightning and rain. AM, little wind and fair. PM, variation per several azimuths, 5 degrees 41 minutes east. At 8 a.m. saw Osberg Island, bearing northwest by west, distant 4 or 5 leagues. It is a high round island and appears to be not above a league in circuit, and when it bears as above it looks like a high crowned hat, but when it bears north the top is more like the roof of a house. It lies in the latitude of 17 degrees 48 minutes south and longitude 148 degrees 10 minutes west, and west by south 44 leagues from Chain Island. Wind north-northwest, variable, northwest by north. Course south 13 degrees west, distance 67 miles. At noon, Osberg Island, north by west, half west, 5 leagues. Tuesday 11th. First part little wind and cloudy. The remainder little wind and very variable unsettled weather with some rain. PM took several observations of the sun and moon, which gave the longitude of the ship to be 148 degrees 18 minutes west, and differs but little from that given by the log. At 6 a.m. saw King George's Island, extending from west by south half south to west by north half north. It appeared very high and mountainous. Wind variable, course north 66 degrees west, distance 54 miles. Osberg Island, east half south, 13 leagues. Wednesday 12th. Variable light airs all these 24 hours, and hot sultry weather. At 5 p.m, King George's Island extending from northwest by west to southwest, distance 6 or 7 leagues. And at 6 a.m, it bore from south-southwest to west by north, being little wind with calms. Several of the natives came off to us in their canoes, but more to look at us than anything else. We could not prevail with any of them to come on board, and some would not come near the ship. Wind variable, course west, distance 18 miles. At noon, King George's Island, from south to west by north, 5 leagues. Thursday 13th. The first part cloudy and squally with showers of rain. Remainder gentle breezes and clear weather. At 4 p.m, the northeast point of Royal Bay, west half north. Run under an easy sail all night and had soundings from 22 to 12 fathoms, 2 or 3 miles from the shore. At 5 a.m, made sail for the bay, and at 7 anchored in 13 fathoms,